Hi all, welcome to my next Flosstube video. I can't believe it's the end of January already. So for this video I have some updates and I've got my statistics for January and some ideas planned for February. So here we go. So the first thing I wanted to discuss today was WhipGo for the January ones, whether I completed it, and the goals for February. So in January it was to do 1,000 stitches for me, to do 1,000 stitches on Astrology Cat and complete a make a project bag. I managed to do both of my January goals, luckily, so I'm quite proud of that. So we'll show you the updates on Astrology Cat and show you the bag I created. So this is where we currently are with Astrology Cat. I was working on a lot of here. I did do some more up here, and I think these ones were done in the month as well. I will put a picture up of where we were last month. So in January I managed to do 1,494 stitches altogether on Astrology Cat. I could have done some more, but I was focusing on the Haid Stitch Along and another project that I started last video, which was the Ghosts project, which I'll show in a bit. So I was actually quite proud of the progress on that. At the start of the month, when I actually wrote my WhipGo board for this year, I was a bit worried that I wasn't going to make the progress that I had written down, but I'm more confident now in what I've completed this month that I'll be able to do it throughout the rest of the year, so I'm quite happy with that. So this is my new project bag as well. So I'm really happy with how it's turned out. There are some problems. In this top corner, the inside isn't sewn up. The fabric was a bit short. It wasn't. I measured it all and cut it correctly, but the way I'd like layered it out, it hadn't done. And then this side, probably be able to see it. I've had to just glue this section for the same reason. This bit just didn't sew. Tried to sew it back up again and it didn't work, so I was just like, forget it. I'm not trying to sell it to anyone. I'm not trying to make it look perfect. I'm just going to glue it. It's going to work. I'm going to be able to put my project in it. It looks nice, so I'm quite happy with that. It's quite strange actually, because this isn't my first bag. As awful as it is, it's not my first bag. I have made 3 or 4 before. This one is also one. But the first one I have made is the best one I've made. There's barely any problems on that, and I've just not been able to make one that's half as good as that since, and I don't know why. I will actually go and fetch that for you, just bear with me. So this is the first one that I made. It's got cute bees and inside it's polka dots. Everything on this seems perfect to me. There's a tiny little bit that's not sewn at the top near the zip, but it doesn't cause any problems. And yeah, this one is by far the best one I've made so far. And like I say, I just can't replicate it with my others, but I'm still happy with all of the others that I have made, so who cares. So the numbers that were called for February WhipGo is 7 and 8. And on my board that is 7 to do 2,000 stitches on Silver Dragon. I'm doing half stitch on that, so that's why I've done 2,000 rather than 1,000 that I did for Astrology Cat. And number 8 is authorise. Number 8 is to organise my threads. What I do is I put them on bobbins. I don't think I've got any with me, but you know what a bobbin is. I put them on bobbins, and I also have a spreadsheet to tell me which colours I've got. If I have a large project like Heaven and Earth, I don't put those on my spreadsheet because the plan is to use all of those for that project, so they will never come out of that project bag. I don't swap and change them. I just order those straight away, all of them. But if I have any smaller projects that need colours and I just need the one scheme for it, I will order it or buy it, whichever way I buy it, and I will put it on my bobbin and my spreadsheet. The there is a lot of threads around at the moment. You can actually see some here that I've just not bobbinated, not put on my spreadsheet, not done anything with. So I'm getting a bit lazy with that. I'm planning on making a video for that, so hopefully that will come out next week. I'll do in between my normal video, so I won't have it as my normal Flosstube video. It would be like one of the Flosstube extras. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I don't know what's wrong with my words today. I'm quite looking forward to that, because I love just organising, and when everything's a mess, it just gets a mess in my head, and I just kind of don't bother with it because it's like, oh, I can't be bothered to find what I need to when I need to. So hopefully that will get me back on track with everything. So it is my birthday in February, and I put a poll up on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram on here. I did a poll on Instagram for a birthday start, so I definitely wanted to do a birthday start, but I wasn't sure between two of the patterns. I picked Nevermore and Yumi. They're both Heaven and Earth designs. They're both from there, and the Yumi is a small, a mini. Nevermore ended up winning, which is one of the large ones, so I've ordered all the floss for that, and I'm looking forward to getting that started. I think it's another quite a big one. I'm going to do it on the 25 count again, and I will probably be doing this half stitch as well. I was debating doing just the other colours rather than the green. So what I was thinking was getting a green fabric, like a hand-dyed fabric that was not just flat green, it was kind of mottled with different types of green throughout it. And I was planning on doing that and just stitching everything else on top of it rather than just the background. I ended up deciding not to do that. I think it was going to end up being very tricky to decipher which colours I needed, which parts were in the background, and the clock is green as well, so it was going to be a bit difficult to try and do that. I mean, it was possible, but for me, I just think it was going to be a bit more hassle than it was worth, and I don't think I'd have got it completed if I'd have had to sit figuring out which one's which. So I decided to just do it all, background and all, just on plain white fabric. So I had a few stitchy days / evenings this week. My friend Tan, who is also on Flosstube, organises some days out every now and then. We go to the Canal Trust, which is in Dudley. We go there every now and then, and she organised a date for this month. Well, last month in January. She organised a date for January, and we went there. It's a really, really nice place to go. It's really nice to just sit and stitch with some lovely people. So I really enjoyed that. And then there's also a evening one that I go to at the end of every month, and again, that's just a really nice one to go to. So that helped me get quite a few stitches done as well. I was stitching on the Heaven and Earth stitch along both of those times, so that helped me get a big chunk of those done as well. So it's really nice to go just to have a stitchy day out. It's just nice. For those visits as well, I also made some needle minders to just sell while I was there. They're not professionally made, they're made by myself. They're in no way high quality, but I am proud of them, and I do think they do the job and are quality products. I don't just slap a magnet on and just have it as it is. I do try to finish them quite well. So I'll put up a picture of the ones that I've put in that I made recently. I am planning on making some more as well, because some of the people who went to the evening group that I went to, multiple people wanted the same one and I only had one of each. So I've put in a new order to get some of the badges that I use to make some more of those. I do just use badges. I clip off the pins from the back and I sand down the part that I've clipped off, so it's not sharp, there's no sharp edges to snag on the fabric or anything. And then I glue and resin on the magnets so they don't come off. And so far I've had no problems, I've had no complaints with them. They've been quite successful. So I was thinking maybe in future, if I get enough wants or like offers for them. Maybe think about selling them at Etsy, but that's a long way off yet. I'm not looking into doing that straight away. But it is something that I have considered further in the future. So we'll have to see where that goes. Me and my fiance were also talking about when I should start new projects. He doesn't restrict me, saying no, you can't start anything, but I wanted to speak to him about it and think, right, when is a good time to be able to start a project? Is there any goals that I should reach before I debate starting a project? And one of the things we discussed at the moment is obviously I've got my birthday start, but then the next one was to finish my moth project that I've had for quite a while. And once I've finished that, I'll be able to maybe start a new project as well. I do go to the some of the stitchy retreats as well. I've got one in March, and I'm thinking I might make a new start. I might start a new one there, because Yumi was in the poll for my birthday start. I might do that one. I have put an order in for the floss for that as well. So I've done Nevermore and Yumi. And then there is a couple of others that I've put the order in for the floss because I know I'm going to start them. So I thought rather than waiting for the order to come through, paying the extra postage for each individual set of flosses, I may as well just put in the one order now. I might get it out at one point. The one big order with those in. So that I've got a choice of when I can start them anyway. So the ones that I've actually bought for are the Nevermore, Yumi, the Cozy Winter Book Nook, and this is how bad it is, I can't even remember what the other one I bought is. It'll come to me. I've bought another one as well. I bought another set, so it'll come to me at some point. I'll put the pictures of the ones I've bought the floss for, so at least you'll be able to see those. But yeah, thinking about finishing the moth project first before I can start another project. So yeah, hopefully I'll get that done. At least there's another finish done before starts. We'll see how that progresses. So obviously I've already shown Astrology Cat and the progress for that. These are the other ones that I have worked on over the past month of January. So for the Heaven and Earth Stitch Along, we have this progress. Last video I was on 8,332 and I'm now on 9,427. So I'm still ahead of the schedule I made. So still keeping good progress. I do want to bump it up a bit more as well, because I feel like I am slowly decreasing in my buffering gap. So I want to make some good progress on that soon. So my ghost project from last video was a new start. It was on 628 stitches previously. We are now on 3,196. So this is the one I've made the most progress on over the past month. I was doing this, I could, because of how small it is in terms of frame size, I was able to do this a lot of the time while I was doing other things. So at lunch, at work, if I was waiting in like the doctors or anything like that, I was just able to sit and carry on with that. So I've made a lot of progress with that. There is still quite a few number of stitches to go. I can't remember off the top of my head how big the project is because it's different on Pattern Keeper to what I've got on Stitch Pal because I'm not stitching the black stitches. So I will put an update on here as to what percentage I am. That is all I have worked on over the past 2 weeks. Was just the 3 projects, the Stitch Along, Ghosts and Astrology Cat. I did try to put some work into Silver Moon Dragon, but that just went completely wrong. I'm not sure if that was in my last video or if that's a recent one that I did after it. I messed up one of the stitches and I just ended up undoing all of the work that I did on that evening. I've just not picked it up again since. Obviously my goal for Whip Go for this month is 2,000 stitches on it, so I'll probably bring that out more this month than Astrology Cat. Probably keep Ghosts as one of my in-between ones, just while I've got time. If there's a little bit of time between things, I'll be able to do that a lot easier. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So I have worked out my total number of stitches for January as well. The total is 11,110 stitches dot on. So I'm really happy with that progress. Honestly, because I'd never tracked my progress before this month. I'll actually show you what I keep my progress in. I'm part of the Whip Warriors group on Facebook. They're not accepting new members at the moment. I think they do it towards the end of the year because it's kind of like a tracked group. So you have to earn so many what they call threads per month to be able to stay in the group. It's to kind of, well, exactly what it says on the tin, Whip Warriors. They try to help you get your number of whips down or get at least some stitching done. So they brought out this cross stitch diary. I'll just show you a little bit of inside. So they have different events that they put on each month as well. Like I say, if you're not part of the group at the minute, it's a bit pointless, but I'll show you at least how I keep it. So they have places for your Whip Go board, and then each week they have places for you to keep your keep track of your numbers. So it's quite good that's there, and it really helps me. I keep it on this and Stitch Pal, but at least on this this diary, it means that I don't have to keep just a normal notebook and put just stitches in it. I could make a bullet journal type one with the dots on and make my own squares, but that was available, and I thought, you know what, I may as well just get that. And it gives you, each week you can put how many stitches you've done, and that's how I'm keeping track. And I think that's really helping with just my stitching in general, as well as filming my videos, because I can just look in there straight away. I don't have to work anything out at the end, other than the end of the month, to be able to just reel it straight off. So it has really helped with keeping track, and I'm really enjoying that. As I was saying, this is the first month I've properly kept track of my stitching, so I think it's been really good. I may update my Whip Go board for the numbers of stitches. So I think Astrology Cat worked out quite well, because I'd hit 1,500, so it was quite a manageable goal for that. We'll see what happens with Silver Moon Dragon. Obviously some of them might change as well with Nevermore being started. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last video or my first video. With the Whip Go board, it might change throughout the year depending on my new starts, or if my targets change, or if I've not done very well predicting how much I'll do. So I think I'll keep that rolling, and it's not strict for me at the moment. If it's been called for the month, I'll keep it as what it is at the moment. But if the number hasn't been called, then I'll be allowed to change it, basically. So I think that's all I've got to share this week. Like I say, if you tune in next week, there should be another video, and then the week after will be my normal update video. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be wonderful, thank you. And I'll put my Instagram back up, so you can go and follow me over there if you wish. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Happy stitching. Bye.